Greetings, what's going on? Alright, so this video is going to be about the W-4 or the corrections of the W-4. Alright, so just to start it off, the W-4 is the withholdings or the account of the withholdings that is taken out of your check on the job that you're on, if you work in the W-2. So you want to correct those W-2s because at the very top of the W-2 it's telling you that every year or every opportunity or every change that happens in your life, you're supposed to change those W-4s so that you are accurately taxed on your salary. So we're going to go into the W-4 withholding estimator, because before it was strictly done on paper, but now the IRS allows you to do it online so that you can get a more accurate account of how much you need to be having taken out of your account or taken out of your check. So we're going to go in here, we're going to type in IRS tax withholding estimator. All right, that's going to take us here. That's going to bring us to this screen, and we're going to go into use tax withholding estimator. All right. Now, in terms of your business, it's very important that when you bring people in, and for yourself more importantly, but when you bring people in, that you bring them here first so that they can start to get their money back, right? And improve their cash flow immediately. And that improvement of the cash flow is what will sustain their membership with your team, right? So, yeah, let's start, right? So the example that we're going to use right now, we're going to use an example of just a single person, right? A single person, a single woman making $50,000 on her job, right? No business, no extra, no extra factors in her life that would allow her to pay less in taxes, right? So we're going to do single. We're going to do no children, so no dependents. Can anybody claim you as a dependent? And it's no for her. Does she have any children to claim? She's going to put no. Income, she has a job this year with paychecks from which federal income tax is regularly withheld. And so she's going to say yes. Now, this is strictly for the federal taxes. This is not for state or any other taxes. This is strictly federal, right? Because when we're dealing with taxes, a lot of taxes we have no control over. You don't have any control over sales tax, property tax, things of those nature. But income tax, you have full reign to control that. So now, how many jobs do you expect to hold this year? We're going to put 1. Pension, no. These right here, they don't apply to her right now. And she's not 65 and she's not blind. So we're just going to skip that and we're going to go to next. Right? So withholding income and withholding, right? Do you expect to hold this job the entire year? So she's going to put yes, right? How frequently are you paid? I'm going to put every 2 weeks, bi-weekly, right? On what date did your most recent pay period end? So for the sake of this example, we are going to today is June 25th, I think. Yeah, today's July 25th. But we're going to do this example as if we started from the very beginning of the year, right? Because we want to get an accurate account of how it would go if she started from the beginning of the year, right? So we're just going to say, if this is July right now, we're going to say her last pay period ended that first week of January, right? So if it ended on the 3rd, which is that Friday, we're going to do it right there. We're going to start it right there, right? So enter your total wages you expect to receive this year. So we said $50,000. No bonuses. She's not going to receive any bonuses from her job this year. Now, using your last pay statement into the federal income taxes withheld. So if she made $50,000, then just by rule of thumb, she would have paid roughly about $403 in taxes, right? Because the federal income tax gets taxed. The federal income tax gets taxed about 21%, right? So out of that 50,000, she would have got pretty much about 403 taken out from her check, right? And so per period, she would be getting 403 taken out, right? Now, did she have a 401k? We're going to say no for right now. Did she have an HSA, which is a health savings account, a flex savings account, or pre-tax childcare credit? None of that. We're just going to say no, just for this example, right? Now, adjustments to income, we're going to go. Now, these adjustments is, do you want to go to the next step with including adjustments, or you like to see possible adjustments, right? So we're going to say yes to the adjustments, right? Just to look at it. So they have student loan interest on there, educator expense, deduction for contributions to IRA. They got a whole array of stuff up here, right? So we're not going to do this for right now. I just wanted to show y'all what things they have up here for adjustments. But we're going to move to the next one, right? So the standard deduction right now is $12,400, right? So the standard deduction meaning that the first $12,000 that you make from your job is tax-free, right? So if you made $50,000, that means that they can only tax you on 37.6, right? So that's very important to remember. So we're going to take the standard deduction right now. Tax credits, we're going to see the tax credits. Now, if she had children, she would go into this child independent related. If she was a teacher, she would go into educational. But depending on your situation, you would go to the area that makes sense for you, right? So after doing all that, we go to the results, right? So now, she expected tax withholding, right? So from that $50,000, from that $403 per check that they take out, her expected tax withholding for the whole year was going to be $10,000, right? But based on her situation, on her unique situation, she was only obligated to pay $4,318, right? So this was her actual obligation, but this is what they were going to take out just as an estimate, right? And so her refund would be about $6,000, right? So now we're saying, well, I want my money during the year. I don't want a refund, because when they do take that tax refund, they're going to take that 10,000 that they were going to take out from you. They're going to take that 10,000, they're going to put it on the market, they're going to lend it out, they're going to make that money work for them. And that money might bring them 3-4 times. You know what I'm saying? It might bring them 30 to 40 grand, 50 grand, right? But they're going to take that from you, make all of that, and then give you $6,000 back. But that $6,000 might get taxed as well. So it might not even be that much, right? But you have the power to actually pay them exactly how much you're supposed to pay them, how much you actually owe them, and take the rest of that and do something with it, build something with it. You know what I'm saying? Make that money grow and expand. So if you wanted to say, listen, I don't want a refund, I want all my money up front right now, and then I don't owe you and you don't owe me, right? So if you did do that, right, then they're saying that your taxes will go down from 403 to 146 per paycheck, and that would equal about $257 less than your current tax withholding. So that would be $500 back a month, just because of your regular situation. You don't have anything extra in this situation, right? But so that's that. But now let's add on a business to that, right? So we go to adjustments, right? And so now if you added a business onto that and said, all right, now I have a home business and my home expenses are now going to become business expenses. My cell phone, my internet, my electricity, my heat, all the things that go into my household expenses, those are now going to count as business expenses now because I have a business. So, usually it comes out to way more than this, but let's be very, very mild. So let's just say you had about, let's say $5,000. Just be real, real mild. This makes no sense, but this is what we're gonna do. So $5,000, say in your annual budget for all of your expenses for your house and for your life, it came out to $5,000, right? So now you take that $5,000, right, and add it to your equation. And now that would mean that you will be bringing home, what's that? $560, right? $560 per month, right? And so if we look at, and $5,000, that's ridiculously low because you have, like I said, you have your heating bills, your cable bills, your phone bills. If you have a car, your payments for your car, all of that becomes business expenses. And so that's $5,000 is ridiculously low. But you see that adding an extra $5,000 is going to bring you an extra $60 a month back on your check. So $60 a month back on your check. If you added $10,000, which would be a little bit more reasonable, that would be an extra $120 back onto your check. So that would mean that you'll be bringing home over $600, right? $600 that you were losing because they want to take that and make more money off of it, right? So, it's a lot of room. There's a lot of room for improvement and flexibility for these numbers. And this is not to mention if you had children, if you were a single parent, right? Single parents right now, honestly, should not be paying anything in federal taxes. And if they had a business, they definitely wouldn't be paying anything in federal taxes. And all of that money that you were giving away before is now coming back into your home to help fund your life and your dreams, right? So, yeah, so that's what it is now. If it was time to turn it in to your job so that they could change it, then you would just click on this, how to adjust your withholding. You would click on Form W-4. You will open it up. Let me open that up. You will open it up, and this is the only line on here that makes any that you're obligated to put on, right? So it would be step three right here, and you would just enter this number in, and that number will accurately show them and give them all the information they need so that they can adjust your withholding correctly to where it needs to be. All right. So that's the video. This is your W-4 adjustments. Get your money back. All right. That's your money and you need it so that you can do stuff with it. All right. But I will wrap with y'all later. Peace.